Okay, so this is my data 620 week one homework. Hopefully this uploads. So what I did was I used the flights data set that was provided in the GitHub that was posted to the announcements. There was a Game of Thrones data set that was posted, but I thought that the walkthrough kind of went through it too much, and I thought this was a little more open-ended, so I decided to use this flights data. So I import all my libraries, and then I grab the CSV file from the GitHub, and I print out the shape, and you can see there's only 460,000 flights. These are flights from I think the year 1990 to 2015. So for our purposes, I thought this was a little bit too much to display in a network graph. So what I did was I filtered for all the flights leaving and going into New York, either JFK, LaGuardia, or Newark, and then flight filtered for the year 2015, and I subsampled that as a 10% of the sampling, and you can see that I now have 81 observations or flights. From there, it's pretty simple. Pandas has a NetworkX call from Pandas edge list, which you just plug in your source and your target, and it builds your edges and your nodes for you. You can see that JFK, Newark, and LaGuardia make up our three main nodes, which makes sense because the way we kind of handle the data. From there, I thought to myself, well, can I build edges, that are just not on everything, and using the NetworkX things. And what I did was I subbed out. I tried to just grab the edges where there were flights that were landing in Newark. So here what you're seeing is just flights landing in Newark. Then I realized that I could actually build a bigger plot where things look a little clearer, and you can see once again Newark, LaGuardia, and JFK. Because that worked well, I thought to myself, okay, well, what if I just grabbed all of the flights coming to Newark, JFK, and LaGuardia in 2015? And you can see now it looks like this. It's almost readable, I mean, but still it's a little confusing. From there, I thought to myself, well, what if I can make a plotly graph, because I wanted to try the interactive graph, but I failed when I tried to do it. Somehow, when I was trying to build the edges, there's some incremental step here which required an integer, and I was plugging in the um, the characters of the destinations and instead of an integer, so I couldn't figure out how to turn that into an integer. It had something to do with the post function, and I got it to almost work for the nodes, but I just couldn't get it the whole way. So below, you'll see what the plotly graph would look like as an example. This is directly taken from plotly. It's not on our data set, but you can see it's kind of cool and interactive, and it gives you all the attributes. So hopefully soon enough I can figure out how to do that. But that is it for our presentation for this week.